Explore the profound wisdom and enduring legacy of 10 Stoic legends in our captivating video. Delve into the lives, deaths, and timeless quotes of these remarkable philosophers who continue to inspire generations with their insights on resilience, virtue, and inner peace. From Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus, uncover the stories behind their Stoic excellence and learn how their teachings remain relevant in today's world. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content on philosophy, personal growth, and the pursuit of wisdom. Number 1. Marcus Aurelius, 121 to 180 AD. Quote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Marcus Aurelius Antoninus, born on April 26, 121 AD, in Rome, is renowned as one of the most influential Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors in history. His reign from 161 to 180 AD marked the apex of the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability within the Roman Empire. Despite his prominence as a ruler, Marcus Aurelius is perhaps best remembered for his philosophical reflections, immortalized in his personal journal known as the Meditations. Marcus Aurelius was born into a wealthy and politically connected family, and from a young age, he received an exceptional education in rhetoric, philosophy, and Stoic principles. His early exposure to Stoicism, particularly through the teachings of Epictetus, left a profound impact on his worldview and shaped his approach to leadership and life. Upon ascending to the throne at the age of 40, Marcus Aurelius faced numerous challenges, including invasions along the empire's borders, political unrest, and internal conflicts. Despite these pressures, he remained committed to the Stoic ideal of living a life guided by reason, virtue, and moral integrity. Throughout his reign, Marcus Aurelius displayed a remarkable dedication to duty and service to the Roman people. He adopted a simple and austere lifestyle, often foregoing the luxuries associated with his position in favor of a life of modesty and self-discipline. His commitment to Stoic principles guided his decisions as emperor, leading him to prioritize the welfare of his subjects above personal ambition or glory. The Meditations, written during his military campaigns on the empire's northern frontier, serves as a testament to Marcus Aurelius's inner struggles and philosophical reflections. In this deeply personal work, he grapples with the challenges of leadership, the transient nature of life, and the importance of maintaining moral virtue in the face of adversity. One of Marcus Aurelius's central teachings is the concept of the inner citadel, a metaphorical fortress of the mind where one can find refuge from external turmoil by cultivating inner peace and resilience. He emphasizes the importance of maintaining equanimity in the face of life's trials, advocating for acceptance of fate and a focus on the present moment. Marcus Aurelius's reign came to an end with his death on March 17, 180 AD, while on a military campaign in present-day Vienna. Despite the brevity of his life, his legacy endured through his writings and his embodiment of Stoic principles in both his public and private life. Today, Marcus Aurelius remains a symbol of wisdom, virtue, and steadfastness in the face of adversity, inspiring countless individuals to embrace Stoicism as a path to a meaningful and fulfilling life. Number 2. Seneca the Younger, 4 BC, 65 AD. Quote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Lucius Annaeus Seneca, commonly known as Seneca the Younger, was a Roman Stoic philosopher, statesman, dramatist, and tutor to the Emperor Nero. Born in Córdoba, modern-day Spain, in 4 BC, Seneca rose to prominence as one of the most influential figures of his time, leaving behind a rich legacy of philosophical writings that continue to inspire and resonate with readers today. Seneca's early life was marked by tragedy and adversity. At a young age, he was afflicted with asthma, which plagued him throughout his life. Despite his health challenges, Seneca demonstrated remarkable intellect and ambition. He received an excellent education in rhetoric, philosophy, and literature, studying under the renowned Stoic philosopher Attalus and later becoming a distinguished orator in Rome. As a philosopher, Seneca espoused the principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasized the cultivation of wisdom, virtue, and resilience in the face of life's challenges. He believed that true happiness and fulfillment could be achieved through self-mastery and living in accordance with nature. Seneca's philosophical works, including letters, essays, and dialogues, explore themes such as the nature of virtue, the importance of self-discipline, and the pursuit of inner tranquility. One of Seneca's most famous works is his collection of letters, known as the Letters to Lucilius or Epistulae Moralis ad Lucilium. In these letters, Seneca offers practical advice on how to live a life of virtue and integrity, addressing topics ranging from friendship and adversity to anger and death. Through his letters, Seneca provides timeless wisdom that is as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. In addition to his philosophical writings, Seneca was also a prolific playwright, producing tragedies and philosophical dramas that explored themes of fate, morality, and human nature. His plays, including Medea, Phaedra, and Thyestes, were highly regarded in his time and continue to be studied and performed to this day. Seneca's close association with the Emperor Nero, however, would ultimately prove to be his downfall. Despite his efforts to counsel Nero and steer him toward virtuous rule, Seneca found himself increasingly at odds with the emperor's tyrannical behavior. In 65 AD, Seneca was implicated in a conspiracy to assassinate Nero and was ordered to take his own life. Seneca met his death with stoic courage, calmly accepting his fate and affirming his commitment to his philosophical ideals. Seneca's legacy endures as a testament to the power of philosophy to guide and inspire individuals in the pursuit of a meaningful life. His writings continue to be studied and admired for their wisdom, insight, and moral clarity, making Seneca a timeless figure whose influence extends far beyond the bounds of his own time and place. Number 3. Epictetus, 55 to 135 AD. Quote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, left an indelible mark on history with his profound teachings on ethics, resilience, and personal freedom. Born into slavery around 50 AD in Hierocles, Phrygia, present-day Pamukkale, Turkey, Epictetus endured a life of hardship and adversity before rising to prominence as one of the most influential philosophers of his time. Epictetus's early years were marked by adversity and struggle. As a slave, he was owned by a wealthy Roman named Epictetus, who served as Nero's freedman and secretary. Despite his servile status, Epictetus displayed an insatiable thirst for knowledge and a keen intellect. Recognizing his potential, Epictetus granted Epictetus permission to study philosophy under the Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus, who became his mentor and guide. Under Musonius Rufus's tutelage, Epictetus embraced the teachings of Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasized the pursuit of virtue, self-discipline, and inner tranquility. Stoicism resonated deeply with Epictetus, providing him with a framework for understanding and navigating the challenges of life, regardless of one's external circumstances. Epictetus's philosophical outlook was profoundly shaped by his own experiences as a slave. He believed that true freedom lay not in external conditions or material possessions, but in the ability to control one's thoughts, desires, and reactions to the events of life. His famous dictum, "Some things are within our power, while others are not," encapsulates the Stoic belief in focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. In his teachings, Epictetus emphasized the importance of living in accordance with nature and accepting life's inevitable ups and downs with equanimity. He believed that by cultivating virtues such as courage, wisdom, and self-discipline, individuals could attain a state of inner peace and contentment, regardless of their external circumstances. Epictetus's philosophical insights were preserved in the Discourses and the Enchiridion, two collections of his teachings compiled by his student Arrian. These works offer practical advice on how to live a virtuous and fulfilling life, addressing topics such as resilience in the face of adversity, the importance of ethical behavior, and the pursuit of inner freedom. Despite facing persecution and discrimination as a former slave and philosopher, Epictetus remained steadfast in his commitment to his principles. He attracted a devoted following of students who were drawn to his wisdom and moral integrity, including prominent figures such as Emperor Hadrian. Epictetus's legacy as a philosopher and teacher endures to this day, inspiring countless individuals to embrace Stoic principles and live with greater clarity, resilience, and inner peace. His timeless teachings continue to resonate with people from all walks of life, offering valuable guidance on how to navigate the complexities of the human experience with wisdom and grace. Number 4, Zeno of Citium, 334 to 262 BC. Quote, "Happiness is a good flow of life." Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, stands as a towering figure in the history of philosophy, renowned for his profound insights into ethics, virtue, and human nature. Born in Citium, a city-state on the island of Cyprus, around 334 BC, Zeno embarked on a philosophical journey that would forever shape the course of Western thought. Little is known about Zeno's early life, but it is believed that he received an extensive education in philosophy, rhetoric, and logic. Inspired by the teachings of Socrates, Zeno sought wisdom and truth through philosophical inquiry, eventually finding his intellectual home in the school of Cynicism under the tutelage of Crates of Thebes. Zeno's philosophical journey took a decisive turn when he encountered the works of the philosopher Crates. Inspired by Crates' teachings, Zeno began to develop his own philosophical system, drawing on elements of Cynicism, Socratic ethics, and Heraclitean metaphysics. In 301 BC, Zeno founded his own school of philosophy in Athens, which would later become known as the Stoipoikal, or Painted Porch, giving rise to the name Stoicism for his philosophical school. Central to Zeno's philosophy was the pursuit of eudaimonia, or human flourishing, through the cultivation of virtue and the practice of reason. Zeno believed that true happiness and fulfillment could be attained by living in accordance with nature, which he conceived of as a rational and harmonious order governing the universe. By aligning oneself with the dictates of reason and virtue, individuals could achieve inner tranquility and peace of mind, regardless of external circumstances. Zeno's teachings were characterized by their emphasis on ethical living, self-discipline, and resilience in the face of adversity. He believed that the key to a good life lay in mastering one's passions, desires, and emotions, and cultivating virtues such as courage, wisdom, and justice. Zeno's famous dictum, "Live according to nature," encapsulates the Stoic belief in living in harmony with the natural order and accepting the events of life with equanimity. Zeno's legacy as the founder of Stoicism extends far beyond his own lifetime, shaping the thought and values of countless individuals throughout history. His philosophical school attracted a diverse array of students, including prominent figures such as Cleanthes, Chrysippus, and Cato the Younger, who would go on to spread Stoic teachings far and wide. Despite facing opposition and persecution from rival philosophical schools, Zeno remained steadfast in his commitment to his principles, leaving behind a rich legacy of philosophical writings and teachings. His influence on subsequent generations of philosophers, including the Roman Stoics Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, ensured that Stoicism would continue to be a powerful force in the world of ideas for centuries to come. Zeno's life and work serve as a testament to the enduring power of philosophy to illuminate the human condition and offer guidance on how to live a life of virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. His legacy as the founder of Stoicism continues to inspire and challenge us to this day, reminding us of the timeless relevance of his teachings in an ever-changing world. Number 5. Cleanthes, 331 to 232 BC. Quote, "No evil is honorable, but death is honorable, therefore death is not evil." Cleanthes, a prominent figure in ancient Greek philosophy, made significant contributions to Stoicism as both a philosopher and the second head of the Stoic school after Zeno of Citium. Born in Assos, a city in the Troad region of Asia Minor, around 331 BC, Cleanthes rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most respected and influential Stoic thinkers of his time. Cleanthes' early life was marked by poverty and hardship. According to ancient accounts, he worked as a water carrier and laborer to support himself while studying philosophy under the guidance of Zeno of Citium. Despite his modest background, Cleanthes displayed an insatiable thirst for knowledge and a deep commitment to the study of philosophy, eventually becoming one of Zeno's most devoted students. Cleanthes' philosophical journey was profoundly influenced by his study of Stoicism under Zeno's tutelage. He embraced Stoic principles wholeheartedly, finding in the philosophy of Zeno a profound and transformative worldview that resonated deeply with his own beliefs and values. Cleanthes' commitment to Stoicism was reflected in his unwavering dedication to the Stoic school and his tireless efforts to promote its teachings. Upon Zeno's death, Cleanthes succeeded him as the head of the Stoic school, a position he held for over 3 decades. Under Cleanthes' leadership, the Stoic school flourished, attracting students from far and wide and exerting a significant influence on the intellectual and cultural life of ancient Athens. Cleanthes' philosophical writings, though few in number, were highly regarded in his time. His most famous work, the Hymn to Zeus, is a poetic invocation of the Stoic conception of the divine as an all-pervading, rational principle governing the cosmos. In this hymn, Cleanthes extols the virtues of reason, order, and providence, offering a stirring tribute to the power and majesty of the natural world. In addition to his philosophical pursuits, Cleanthes was known for his ascetic lifestyle and personal integrity. He lived simply, eschewing material comforts and worldly distractions in favor of a life devoted to the pursuit of wisdom and virtue. Cleanthes's exemplary character and moral integrity earned him the respect and admiration of his contemporaries, who regarded him as a paragon of Stoic virtue. Cleanthes's legacy as a philosopher and teacher endures to this day, inspiring generations of thinkers to embrace the Stoic principles of reason, virtue, and inner peace. His unwavering commitment to the pursuit of truth and his profound insights into the nature of the universe continue to resonate with readers and scholars alike, reaffirming his status as one of the greatest Stoic philosophers of all time. Number 6. Chrysippus, 279 to 206 BC. Quote, "Lead me, Zeus, and you too, Destiny. Wherever I go, I will follow without hesitation." Chrysippus, a pivotal figure in the development of Stoic philosophy, left an indelible mark on the intellectual landscape of ancient Greece with his profound insights and innovative contributions to Stoic doctrine. Born in Soli, Cilicia, modern-day Mersin, Turkey, around 279 BC, Chrysippus emerged as one of the most influential philosophers of his time, shaping the trajectory of Stoicism and leaving behind a rich legacy that continues to inspire and inform philosophical inquiry to this day. Chrysippus's early life and education are shrouded in mystery, but it is believed that he received a thorough training in philosophy and logic from an early age. He studied under Cleanthes, the second head of the Stoic school, and later became a prominent member of the Stoic community in Athens, where he dedicated himself to the study and advancement of Stoic principles. Chrysippus's philosophical journey was marked by a relentless pursuit of truth and a deep commitment to the ideals of Stoicism. He sought to systematize and refine the teachings of his predecessors, building upon the foundation laid by Zeno of Citium and Cleanthes to create a comprehensive philosophical system that addressed a wide range of topics, from ethics and logic to physics and theology. One of Chrysippus's most significant contributions to Stoicism was his development of Stoic logic, which played a central role in the Stoic method of philosophical inquiry. Chrysippus refined the techniques of propositional logic and formalized the Stoic syllogistic system, laying the groundwork for later developments in logic and reasoning. In addition to his work in logic, Chrysippus made important contributions to Stoic ethics and physics. He elaborated on the Stoic concept of oikeiosis, or appropriation, which refers to the innate human capacity to recognize and identify with the common good, and he further developed Stoic theories of determinism and natural philosophy. Chrysippus's prolific output as a philosopher is reflected in the vast number of works attributed to him, although only fragments and summaries of his writings have survived to the present day. His influence on subsequent generations of philosophers, however, was profound, shaping the thought of later Stoics such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, as well as influencing thinkers across various philosophical traditions. Despite his intellectual achievements, Chrysippus's life was not without controversy. He was known for his eccentricities and his tendency to engage in debates and intellectual disputes with fervor and intensity. According to legend, Chrysippus's death was the result of an excessive fit of laughter induced by one of his own jokes, leading him to choke on a fig or a piece of meat. While the story may be apocryphal, it serves as a fitting testament to Chrysippus's wit, intellect, and larger-than-life personality. Chrysippus's legacy as a philosopher and logician endures to this day, with his contributions to Stoicism continuing to shape our understanding of ethics, logic, and the nature of the universe. His rigorous intellectual inquiry and his commitment to the pursuit of truth serve as an inspiration to philosophers and thinkers across the ages, reaffirming his status as one of the greatest minds of antiquity. Number 7. Musonius Rufus, c. 30 to 100 AD. Quote, "The best reason for educating women is that they should understand what they teach their children." Musonius Rufus, a prominent Stoic philosopher of the Roman imperial period, distinguished himself as a teacher, moralist, and advocate for ethical living. Despite facing adversity and persecution, Musonius's steadfast commitment to Stoic principles and his dedication to the pursuit of virtue left an enduring legacy that continues to inspire and inform philosophical inquiry to this day. Born around 30 AD in Volsinii, Etruria, modern-day Bolsena, Italy, Musonius Rufus received a comprehensive education in philosophy, rhetoric, and literature, which laid the groundwork for his subsequent career as a philosopher and teacher. He studied Stoicism under the guidance of the Stoic philosopher Gaius Musonius Rufus, whose name he adopted as his own, and he quickly distinguished himself as one of the leading lights of the Stoic school. Musonius's philosophical teachings were characterized by their practicality, accessibility, and emphasis on ethical living. He believed that philosophy should not be confined to abstract speculation or intellectual debate, but should instead be applied to the everyday challenges of life. Musonius's lectures and discourses covered a wide range of topics, including ethics, politics, economics, and religion, and he sought to instill in his students a deep sense of responsibility and moral integrity. Central to Musonius's philosophy was the concept of eudaimonia, or human flourishing, which he believed could be achieved through the cultivation of virtue and the pursuit of wisdom. He emphasized the importance of self-discipline, temperance, and self-control in achieving a life of happiness and fulfillment, and he encouraged his students to lead lives of simplicity, humility, and service to others. Musonius was also known for his progressive views on gender equality and the role of women in society. Unlike many of his contemporaries, who relegated women to subordinate roles, Musonius believed that women were capable of reason and virtue and should be afforded the same opportunities for education and self-improvement as men. He advocated for the education of women and taught female students alongside male students in his lectures and seminars. Musonius's teachings gained him a devoted following among the Roman elite, including prominent figures such as the Emperor Nero and the philosopher Epictetus. However, his outspoken criticism of the excesses and injustices of Roman society also made him enemies, and he was eventually exiled from Rome by the Emperor Vespasian for his involvement in a conspiracy against the state. Despite his exile, Musonius continued to spread the teachings of Stoicism throughout the Roman Empire, traveling extensively and lecturing to audiences far and wide. He remained true to his principles until the end of his life, refusing to compromise his integrity or betray his philosophical convictions, even in the face of persecution and adversity. Musonius Rufus's legacy as a philosopher and teacher endures to this day, with his teachings continuing to inspire and influence people around the world. His emphasis on practical ethics, moral integrity, and the pursuit of virtue resonates with readers and scholars alike, offering valuable guidance on how to live a life of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Number 8. Hierocles, 2nd century AD. Quote, "Every reasonable creature is designed for all purposes, and nothing is to him more fitting than reason." Hierocles, a Stoic philosopher of the 2nd century AD, is best known for his work Elements of Ethics, in which he expounds upon Stoic ethics and offers practical guidance for living a virtuous life. Although relatively little is known about his life, Hierocles' writings have had a lasting impact on the Stoic tradition, influencing subsequent generations of philosophers and ethicists. Hierocles' Elements of Ethics is a systematic treatise on Stoic ethics, presenting a comprehensive overview of Stoic principles and practices. In this work, Hierocles draws upon the teachings of earlier Stoic philosophers, such as Zeno of Citium and Chrysippus, as well as his own insights and reflections to provide readers with a practical guide to moral living. Central to Hierocles' ethical philosophy is the concept of oikeiosis, or appropriation, which refers to the natural affinity that human beings have for one another and for the world around them. Hierocles argues that the key to living a virtuous life lies in expanding the circle of oikeiosis to include not only oneself, but also others, cultivating a sense of empathy, compassion, and solidarity with all sentient beings. Hierocles emphasizes the importance of self-improvement and moral development in achieving eudaimonia, or human flourishing. He identifies 4 stages of moral progress, beginning with the recognition of oneself as a rational and moral agent and culminating in the realization of the unity of all rational beings and the attainment of wisdom and virtue. One of the central themes of Hierocles' ethics is the concept of oikeiosis, or the process of appropriating the concerns and interests of others as one's own. Hierocles argues that human beings have a natural affinity for one another and that it is through cultivating this sense of empathy and compassion that we can achieve true moral excellence. He emphasizes the importance of treating others with kindness, fairness, and respect, and he encourages readers to overcome selfishness and egoism in favor of a more inclusive and compassionate ethic. Hierocles' Elements of Ethics also addresses practical issues related to moral living, such as the proper use of wealth, the importance of friendship, and the role of adversity in moral development. He offers advice on how to cultivate virtue in everyday life and how to navigate the complexities of human relationships with wisdom and integrity. Although Hierocles' Elements of Ethics is not as well known as the works of other Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus or Seneca, it remains a valuable resource for understanding Stoic ethics and for gaining insight into the practical application of Stoic principles in contemporary life. His emphasis on empathy, compassion, and moral development continues to resonate with readers and scholars alike, offering timeless wisdom for navigating the challenges of the human condition. Number 9. Panaetius, c. 185 to 110 BC. Quote, "Wise men of old used to say, 'What is past remedy should be forgotten.'" Panaetius, a Hellenistic Stoic philosopher, played a significant role in bridging the gap between the early Greek Stoic philosophy and the later Roman Stoic tradition. Born around 185 BC in Rhodes, Panaetius emerged as a leading figure in the Stoic school during the tumultuous period following the death of Alexander the Great. His teachings emphasized the practical application of Stoic principles to everyday life and had a lasting influence on subsequent generations of philosophers. Panaetius's early life and education are shrouded in mystery, but it is believed that he received a comprehensive education in philosophy, rhetoric, and literature, which laid the foundation for his subsequent career as a philosopher and teacher. He studied under the Stoic philosopher Diogenes of Babylon, whose teachings had a profound impact on his intellectual development. Panaetius's philosophical outlook was characterized by its eclecticism and pragmatism. Unlike some of his predecessors, who focused primarily on metaphysical and epistemological issues, Panaetius sought to adapt Stoic philosophy to the practical concerns of everyday life. He emphasized the importance of ethical living, self-discipline, and moral integrity, and he encouraged his students to apply Stoic principles in their interactions with others and in their pursuit of virtue. One of Panaetius's most significant contributions to Stoicism was his synthesis of Stoic ethics with the ethical theories of other philosophical schools, such as Platonism and Aristotelianism. He sought to reconcile Stoic ideas with the insights of other philosophical traditions, drawing on their strengths while remaining true to the core principles of Stoicism. Panaetius's teachings were transmitted to later generations through his influential work on Duties, Peri ton Kathakonton, a treatise on ethics that served as a practical guide to moral living. In this work, Panaetius explores topics such as justice, friendship, and the proper use of wealth, offering valuable insights into the Stoic conception of virtue and the good life. Panaetius's influence extended beyond the confines of the Stoic school, shaping the thought and values of later philosophers and intellectuals. His ideas were particularly influential in Rome, where they were embraced by prominent figures such as Cicero, who translated On Duties into Latin and incorporated Stoic principles into his own ethical writings. Despite his considerable influence, Panaetius's legacy was somewhat overshadowed by later Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus and Seneca. Nevertheless, his contributions to Stoic philosophy laid the groundwork for its subsequent development, and ensured that its principles would continue to resonate with readers and scholars alike for centuries to come. In conclusion, Panaetius stands as a pivotal figure in the history of Stoicism, whose pragmatic approach to philosophy and emphasis on ethical living continue to inspire and inform contemporary discussions of virtue, morality, and the good life. His legacy as a philosopher and teacher endures to this day, offering valuable insights into the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy and its relevance to the challenges of the modern world. Number 10. Gaius Musonius Rufus, c. 20–30 AD, 101 AD. Quote, "It is impossible to live a pleasant life without living wisely and well and justly. And it is impossible to live wisely and well and justly without living a pleasant life." Gaius Musonius Rufus, often referred to simply as Musonius Rufus, was a Roman Stoic philosopher whose teachings on ethics, virtue, and the good life left a lasting impact on the development of Stoic philosophy. Born around 20–30 AD in Volsinii, Etruria, modern-day Bolsena, Italy, Musonius Rufus emerged as one of the most prominent Stoic thinkers of his time, earning renown for his practical wisdom, moral integrity, and commitment to philosophical principles. Little is known about Musonius Rufus's early life, but it is believed that he received a comprehensive education in philosophy, rhetoric, and literature, which laid the groundwork for his subsequent career as a philosopher and teacher. He studied Stoicism under the guidance of the Stoic philosopher Gaius Musonius Rufus, whose name he adopted as his own, and he quickly distinguished himself as one of the leading lights of the Stoic school. Musonius Rufus's philosophical teachings were characterized by their emphasis on ethical living, self-discipline, and the pursuit of virtue. He believed that true happiness and fulfillment could be attained through the cultivation of moral excellence and the practice of reason, and he encouraged his students to live in accordance with Stoic principles in their everyday lives. Central to Musonius Rufus's philosophy was the Stoic concept of oikeiosis, or appropriation, which refers to the natural affinity that human beings have for one another and for the world around them. He argued that the key to living a virtuous life lies in expanding the circle of oikeiosis to include not only oneself, but also others, cultivating a sense of empathy, compassion, and solidarity with all sentient beings. Musonius Rufus's teachings covered a wide range of topics, including ethics, politics, economics, and religion, and he sought to apply Stoic principles to the practical concerns of everyday life. He emphasized the importance of self-improvement and moral development in achieving eudaimonia, or human flourishing, and he encouraged his students to lead lives of simplicity, humility, and service to others. Despite facing persecution and exile for his outspoken criticism of the excesses and injustices of Roman society, Musonius Rufus remained steadfast in his commitment to his principles. He continued to spread the teachings of Stoicism throughout the Roman Empire, traveling extensively and lecturing to audiences far and wide. His moral integrity and unwavering dedication to philosophical truth earned him the respect and admiration of his contemporaries, who regarded him as a paragon of Stoic virtue. Musonius Rufus's influence extended beyond the confines of the Stoic school, shaping the thought and values of later philosophers and intellectuals. His teachings were transmitted to later generations through the writings of his students, including Epictetus, who would go on to become one of the most famous Stoic philosophers of antiquity. In conclusion, Musonius Rufus stands as a towering figure in the history of Stoicism, whose practical wisdom and moral integrity continue to inspire and inform philosophical inquiry to this day. His commitment to ethical living, self-discipline, and the pursuit of virtue serves as a timeless reminder of the power of philosophy to illuminate the human condition and offer guidance on how to live a life of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. These Stoic philosophers left a lasting legacy through their writings, teachings, and example, inspiring countless individuals to live virtuous and meaningful lives despite the challenges they faced.